All right. Good evening, guys. This is some ridiculous nonsense, and that applies to everything that we talk about here. I know, but this is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous because this narrative started with Al. As far as I can tell, it started with Al from Boston, who, yes, he belongs in jail. Absolutely belongs in jail. But we're not talking about Al right now. Talking about this cascade of grifters that comes after Al or whoever comes up with these stupid catalysts, providing no proof. Now, I've never actually encountered this channel before, Zain Investing, and they've been at this since March, I guess, of last year. Um, they only talk about AMC. Let's see, and they've been really pumping out the videos lately, several videos a day several videos a day. This is, I don't know if this is Tamil or whatever this language is here from a few months ago. So that was, I guess, what they were doing before. So at some point they pivoted. Um, Actually, 13 days ago they pivoted. Okay, 13 days ago they pivoted to putting out low quality AMC grifter videos, and they're putting out several videos a day. Okay, so you know when one door closes, or one door closes, a window opens, that saying, whatever the hell that saying is. Finance News left. Now we have this guy. So, it's whack-a-mole. It is grifter whack-a-mole here. But before I go too far, let's actually watch the video. It's so bad. I mean, and I thought I was done looking at these stupid text to speech videos. Apparently not. Apparently not. So I've got closed captions on right now so we can actually see what they're saying because a lot of it is so seemingly so sloppy. Like we're talking about FTX, like Foxtrot, Tango, X-ray, but in the video they often say Foxtrot, Tango, Charlie, FTC. I have no idea what they're talking about. Federal Trade Commission, I don't know. But Um, it's been a long time. It's been quite a while since I've stooped this low and looked at a video this poor in quality, but it was the first one that came up touting this narrative today, and it just needs to be squashed. This is complete nonsense. Here we go. Get ready for this one.
Today I want to discuss how 43 million EPA feeds were illegally concealed and concealed within the FTC's tokenized swaps. I would also like to discuss how the
So EPA's feeds FTC's tokenized swaps. Okay. So
crypto epidemic is already spreading, how multiple exchanges are already failing, and how the situation will continue to deteriorate dramatically. Therefore, remain tuned and let's earn some cash. Now I will immediately present the most important information therefore, Cornelius. The application tweeted, is the SEC involved in permitting broker-dealers and the SEC to use tokenized securities as the collateralized asset to supply the like-kind assets required to kick the can down the road? The AMC tokenized securities serve as a substitute for the underlying.
So right there, I don't know who this Cornelius, the application tweeted, whatever. Is the SEC involved in permitting broker dealers and the SEC to use tokenized to supply the like kind assets required to, uh, yeah, no. There is no evidence to support that claim. That's apparently somebody asking this question on Twitter. No evidence has been proffered to support that claim whatsoever. Not in this video, not in any previous video, not on Twitter, not on Reddit, nowhere. Okay, I want to be absolutely unequivocally clear about that. It has never been suggested by anyone except the apes in this instance, in this scenario, that tokenized stocks be used to cover FTDs. That is not a thing. It's not a thing. I just, at the outset, I want to be absolutely clear about that. This is somebody asking this question, but watch how it evolves in this
Is the
video.
SEC involved in permitting broker-dealers and the SEC to use tokenized securities as the collateralized asset to supply the like-kind assets required to kick the can down the road? The AMC tokenized securities serve as a substitute for the underlying assets of AMC and APE. Here it is stated that Regulation Rule 204 extends the deadline for closing certain transactions, specifically failures to deliver. If a failure to deliver position, the proceeds from the sale of a security that a person is presumed to own and plans to deliver as soon as all restrictions on delivery have been lifted, have been deleted, the company has up to 35
I mean,
calendar days.
that's not even an accurate definition of a failure to deliver. That's not even accurate. That it's not even accurate. Proceeds from the sale? No, we are talking about the shares. When a seller fails to deliver, they fail to deliver the shares. They fail to deliver the shares. They have to provide the shares. Now, think about it. If you were the buyer of that transaction, you're expecting to get whatever the security is that you purchased. That's why right here in CFR 17 CFR 242.204, the closeout requirement, and this is part of the uh, Code of Federal Regulations that contains these laws, these regulations. Reg Show 204. The participant shall, by no later than the beginning of regular trading hours on the settlement day following the settlement date, immediately close out its failed to deliver position by borrowing or purchasing securities of like kind and quantity. Why? Because buyer bought that security. They are expecting to receive that security in their account. This is very important to keep in mind here. So you can't substitute anything. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. That is never been something. The only thing you can do is borrow a security, borrow shares to fulfill that, because those are the same shares. But I just want to be clear about that. In this instance, we're talking about the shares, not the proceeds from the sale, not the proceeds from the sale.
That a person is presumed to own and plans to deliver as soon as all restrictions on delivery have been lifted, have been deleted, the company has up to 35 calendar days after the trading date, close the failure to deliver position by purchasing similar securities. Quality and quantity.
Not similar securities. It says like kind and quantity, not similar. We're already deviating. This is the federal law right here. Like kind and quantity. And I have another, some more things we could look at that illustrate this, like that they actually mean that. Like, generally speaking, when things are written in federal law, they mean what they said. They mean every word of it. Okay.
Therefore, it does not state that identical stocks with the same CUSIP number must be purchased. It simply states that securities
Bullshit.
of the same type and number need to be acquired. Therefore, it is possible for these broker dealers and market makers to fail to supply the authentic AMC and APE shares, and instead state, we discovered these additional shares on FDX. They are identical to KAI.
So now we have Foxtrot Delta X-ray, FDX, like the FedEx stock ticker. Okay, it is not possible for the broker dealers and market makers to fail to supply the authentic AMC and APE shares and instead say, we discovered these additional shares. That's not how it works. It's just not how it works. That would not be fulfilling the FTD. It wouldn't be. It would not be closing out the FTD.
And even quantity. Therefore, we will just purchase or locate them. These alternatives instead, you could say, hang on, Tom. How precisely does this relate with APE as well? We know that the FTC held 400 million tokenized AMC shares. Additionally, Bittrex had 625 million AMC
Okay.
tokenized.
We went over all this on last night's stream. No, these are not tokenized shares. Okay. It's a wrapped um, Ethereum token, essentially. It's an ERC20 Ethereum token. Anybody can create this. Anybody can link it to some other value or peg it to another value. Uh, this is not issued by AMC. It's not issued by these crypto exchanges. This is a user, a trader, an investor, some market participant creating these things. Um, they're not actually AMC shares. They're not APE shares. They don't count as APE shares. The only thing they have in common is the ticker name. And I mean, the fact that they were pegged to AMC, but that does not make them synonymous with AMC shares. That's a very important point. Just because some crypto trader or crypto market participant creates an Ethereum token that is linked to the AMC stock price, that does not in any way give it any authority or synonymity to AMC stock. It doesn't. All you have there is a cryptocurrency token that happens to have the same value or price as AMC stock. That's all you have. It has no relation to actual AMC stock. Any ideas why AA is managing expectations? Last tweet killed momentum. We'll go look at that in a minute. I know we looked at that earlier or last night, but it is odd. It is very odd because I don't know. Maybe he senses the snowball is rolling down the hill and it's getting too big to man. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So all the 625 million AMC tokenized, Bittrex, whatever. No, they're not tokenized. They're not actually tokenized stocks. They're ERC20 tokens. We looked at this in last night's live stream. We talked to Badback 007, member of this channel and crypto, knowledgeable in crypto. Um, it's just, like it's cut and dried that that's not what it is. Okay.
Stocks. However, who has 8 tokenized stocks, and do they even exist? A basic Google search will suffice. Displays that Kraken was holding AMC Entertainment preferred tokenized stocks on FTX, essentially indicating that the FTC issued not just AMC tokenized stocks.
Okay, now he's mixing up FDX, Foxtrot Delta X-ray, and Foxtrot Tango Charlie FTC. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, I don't know if that's what we're talking about here, but um, or if it's supposed to be FTX, Foxtrot Tango X-ray. Maybe one of these times they'll get it right, but um, now they're saying that it was on APE. Okay.
but also AMC preferred equity or APE tokenized stocks. It is stated here that the price of AMC Entertainment's tokenized preferred stock on FTX is $1.53 per ticker symbol AMC. Therefore, these tokenized equities are not AMC tokenized stocks, rather, they imitate AMC. The AMC preferred equity securities or the APEs are tokenized stocks. But now the actual weird it is when we click on Kraken and try to locate the website that contains all of the information about
I mean,
these.
this is
Ape tokenized stocks indicate
this is so horrible. This is such horrible fucking quality that it really is a waste of time to look at it. I know, but it goes beyond this channel. It goes beyond this video. This is what people believe, apparently. Um, and maybe some other people are, trying to say, hey, no, but it needs to be said because it's not the first video. It's certainly not the last. But this is absolutely horrendous. I mean, this is a disaster.
that something has gone awry. It would appear that these Ape securities have been delisted from Kraken. But if we return, there is overwhelming proof that these AMC Entertainment preferred tokenized equities are in fact trading on various venues, like CoinGecko. If we check at CoinGecko, we can find that these
What?
tokenized Ape equities began trading on September 19th. Intriguingly, after the release of AIP, they were apparently delisted. The
I
10
mean, this is so bad, but I mean, there's a tokenized ape tetherus. Okay, ape tether. So it says ape. Yeah, it says ape, but is it actually? I thought that was actually going to bring it up in some other thing, but I mean, so we have whatever this ape is, ape US tether trading on the Bing X exchange, is trading at $2.99. Um, that's not valid. It's not it's not the valid price. Furthermore, this one started trading back in March of this year. So what's wrong with this picture? Well, the actual ape token, I'm sorry, the ape unit, the preferred equity unit didn't. When did it come out? When did it actually come out? So I mean that's a problem right there. So you can't just look at something and say, "Oh, it's ape. This is ape. This must be the same ape." No, it's not. It's not. If we go to the actual ape, it it started trading on August 22nd. So how does it make sense that this guy apparently is talking about this ape, whatever this ape is here, that has price action going all the way back to March 17th of this year and is like almost twice, well, yeah, over twice the price of the actual ape unit. Okay. I mean, let's see if there's any other ones. Ape Tetherus, Ape, Ape Coin. We know that's not it. Ape Coin. This is a crypto token. It has nothing to do with the AMC Preferred Equity Unit ticker at all. Okay. Ape NFT, Ape Coin. I mean, we're getting into some, whatever variations, but this is not, this is nothing to do with AMC stock or AMC preferred equity units. Here's another version of it trading on Binance. Again, started on March 17th of this year. No way at all that this has anything to do with this ape here that started trading on August 22nd, unless somehow whoever created this crypto ape is, clairvoyant or predictive of the future or whatever. It has nothing to do with it. Now, getting back to this garbage.
Echo, we can find that these tokenized ape equities began trading on September 19th. Intriguingly, after the release of AIP, they were apparently delisted, the 10th of November, right as FTX began to explode. If we look somewhat down to the markets, we will notice the FTX was in fact listing these tokenized ape AMP to USD securities, and it was fairly substantial. Trading volume as well intriguingly, it does not display the Kraken Ape AMC tokenized securities. Perhaps they were removed or delisted. At some point in the past, it
Oh,
appears that
yeah. Perhaps they were removed or delisted. Uh-huh, sure. Or they never existed, or they are not what you think they are. Okay, got some questions or whatever here. Exactly. Where are they trading? Delisted. Right, exactly. That ape coin is for the board ape NFT. That makes sense. That makes sense. Um, so, I mean, when you look for ape, that's all you get. You get some other ape, you know, ape tether, ape NFT, all this stuff. Probably is board ape, whatever. Um, and then whatever. But like that's all that's at least listed on TradingView for that. So I mean, it very well could be. Then but the thing is like it's it, it's still like we know that we can figure that out. We can say, hey, this, I don't know what this is, probably this, but I can say pretty definitively it's not that. They just run with it. They just run with it and say, "Oh, I got to get a video out about this. I got to get a video out about this." It's garbage. It's such garbage. Now, Tony Pinko, hello, sir. So, are they buying these new ape tokenized shares? Must be another coin to catch more sucker to buy in. I don't know if they are. That's a good question. I don't know if they are. Let's see on one of these other. So this is the ape. Um, it's really hard to tell because there's just different what you call it exchanges, but you could go through each. It doesn't look like the volume is any. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But I'm sure. Now let me say this though. I'm sure that some people are absolutely like some of the less informed people in the community. Let's say who don't know, assuming they can get onto a crypto exchange and actually buy stuff, they have that skill, you know, I'm sure. And remember when that ape token or whatever, ape coin, I don't know if it's the same one that we looked at just now, but an ape coin came out before, and whoever put it out was trying to make it seem like it was related to AMC or the ape movement, when in fact it had nothing to do with it. And they were just trying to you know, basically latch onto it and more or less fool people to buy, this worthless token uh, under the guise that it somehow is related to AMC. So I bet that they do. When go fuck your mother coin, um, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. I'm gonna get to Model 3 Dude's link here in just a moment. Chilo lost a bit today trying to scalp AMC long. Got punished for waiting for hopium-based bounce and getting sloppy with stops. Yeah. So I was watching AMC a little bit today. Boy, this is eh, like this. It was pretty annoying. I have to say. But I mean, what else do you expect with this piece of shit, really? What was the volume today? 29 million. 29 million. That's more than I thought. But I mean, you know, so much of this is short covering when you have any type of volume on this thing. So, um, the retail investors, yeah, okay. Russian rockets was a sure signal of a market pullback. And then you also had some shit earnings too. So, and that obviously, I think you had what Target. So that kind of sucked. And then, um, by the way, you know, this is what this right here, and I have to, I stole this a little bit from Don Kaufman at Trade, but I mean, it just rang so true. This is what demand destruction looks like. This is what inflation, you know, this is what inflation going down looks like. It doesn't look like a bull market. Okay, that's something that I think people have lost sight of with all of this euphoric nonsense that's been happening. Um, Demand destruction, lower earnings, recession. Whatever these stupid pops are that we get on CPI days when the reading is, the increase, the monthly increase is down, not the actual CPI reading. No, the increase. It's going up still. It's going up a little bit less, a little bit less. And we get these euphoric short covering rallies because Wall Street is full of fucking greedy, whatever. I could go on and on and on. That's the way it is. But that doesn't change the underlying, that doesn't change anything, changes nothing. Um, but Don Kaufman on Theotrade says it a lot more eloquently than I can and am. And I'll give you that link right now. It should be required viewing. It really should be required viewing. Here it is. It's not long. It's not a long video, but he puts it very, very well. Um, this, you want demand destruction. This is what it looks like, not this euphoric whatever. We don't just go straight to, you know, the next bull market. That's not how it works. Um, there's certainly more pain to come. So anyway, um, Bed Bath and Beyond starting to close stores. Target has a huge problem with thieves, but they have those cool asset uh, loss prevention uh, Segway scooter things that at least they do in my Target. They can ride around and all blart your ass. um, anyway, let's get back to this
These tokenized
garbage.
securities were also relevant to AMC and APE. Moreover, it's probably these hedge funds are market makers and broker dealers hiding these 43 million feeds using these 8 tokenized securities. The
No,
8
like you haven't presented any proof. This is as flimsy as whatever Al from fuck wherever presented the other day. If you can even call it presented. I mean, he shit it out basically. He shit that video out just like this person did. This is low quality, make a fucking outrageous claim, provide no proof. It's probably the hedge funds or market makers and broker dealers, 43 million feeds using these APE tokenized securities began trading in September. I mean, probably no, it probably isn't. It actually probably isn't. But like Model 3 dude and Manny said earlier, the truth doesn't matter, which is fucking stupid. Okay? That's literally retarded, especially when this is the stock. So, I mean, yes, maybe the truth doesn't matter, but it does though, because this is the fucking stock right here. This is what happens when you don't fucking try to do any due diligence when you trust idiots online who shit out videos that a sixth grader could do a better job on. A sixth grader would do a better job than Al and whoever the fuck this Zain investing guy is. I mean, I have no fucking doubt about that because a sixth grader would, you say, hey, this is your assignment. You have to make this video. You have to research everything, yada, yada, yada. And they'll do that. They'll do that. These guys, all they see is dollar signs from the fucking views. Okay? That's fucked up. That is fucked up. This is what happens. Okay. I'm just going to calm down a little bit now. They already closed a few stores, CVS and Walgreens, Dollar General. Oh yeah, Dollar General, Family Dollar. Um, we got those all around here in this hood. Okay,
Moreover,
try
it's
to get through some
probably
more of this
these hedge
shit.
funds are
God damn
market
it.
makers and broker dealers hiding these 43 million feeds using these 8 tokenized securities. The 8 obviously tokenized.
I mean, let me just also say this: the 43 million FTDs were covered. Those were closed out. They've been closed out. So I don't know what the obsession is with 43 million FTDs on APE the first day, but it's a function of the market. It is a function of the market. It's not indicative of crime. It's not indicative of any wrongdoing. Furthermore, they closed out the FTDs in a timely fashion. And I'm going to show you in a minute here what happens when FTDs are not closed out in a timely fashion. I'm actually going to show evidence, relevant evidence from this year of what happens when FTDs are not closed out in a timely fashion. We'll get there.
Securities began trading in September, while tokenized AMC securities began trading in January of 2021. Consequently, it is probable that these broker-dealers and market makers have been abusing this strategy for some time. Clearly,
No, it's not. No evidence, nothing. You're just talking.
due to the collapse of FTX, this can no longer occur. This is simply another avenue or escape route that has
I mean, that doesn't make any sense. If it's been happening for a while, I mean, and they already mentioned other exchanges where these things are, unless it was unless FTX was, and apparently a lot of people supposedly knew that there was stuff wrong with FTX, uh, but whatever. FTX was where everybody was pouring around and doing all their shit, and no other exchange has any possibility of fraudulent activity. I don't, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if they were in fact using this strategy, it doesn't really make sense that it would only have been happening on FTX. That's all I'm saying. But I don't think there's no evidence that they were using this strategy. It's not even a strategy. It's invalid. It's an invalid
has
fantasy.
now been closed to these shorts and market makers. Also, if you haven't already, join up for my mode if you haven't previously. The platform is quite
What
user-friendly,
the
and
fuck are they even talking
and
about?
hedge funds, there are fewer and fewer options for these broker-dealers, market makers, and hedge funds to avoid the squeeze. Therefore, it won't be long until they begin
No.
turning against one another. They will quickly learn that all escape routes are being blocked or have already been blocked.
Like, what preschool did you sit around in and fucking think of that fantasy? Like, seriously, that's the most childish shit that I've ever heard. They're gonna begin turning on each other?
Then,
Okay.
there will
Yeah,
be a
right.
frenzy, a panic as traders scramble to close off their short positions first. Those who are
I mean, no. Why? That's the one question that I would like for anybody to answer. Why? Why would they do that? Why would shorts do that? Um why would there be a frenzy to close off their short positions first? What is the catalyst of that? kicking off a true short squeeze where, you know, the first ones will not go bankrupt, but those who do not close out um, will be liquidated. What is why? Why would that happen? Why? There has to be some reason why AMC shares would start rising in price such that the hedge funds would short positions short positions would become unprofitable, massively unprofitable, and it's not like a thing where, yeah, it just popped up and it's going to pop back down. No, this is serious. It's a four-alarm fire. We have to get out. What? Why? Why would that happen? What? What is there possibly at this point that could make that happen? Well, first of all, we know it's not retail investors. Retail investors don't have the money. They don't have the money to buy a shitload of shares, like talking hundreds of millions of shares a day. They don't have the money. They don't have the money to buy options, call options. They don't. I mean, if they did, I'm operating under the assumption that if they did, they would be doing that because they talk a big talk. They they talk a big talk and don't. Oh man, yeah, hedgies, push it down below 5. Oh yeah, we're gonna buy. Where? When? Where? How? I mean, why aren't you? It just it's not happening. So the only conclusion that you can really come to is that they can't. Otherwise they would. So it's not retail investors. We know what Wall Street thinks of AMC, the company, in terms of price targets and the outlook for the future based on the fundamentals, right? It's all about that. It's business. It's not personal. It's always business. So why unless something fundamentally radical changes in the underlying fundamentals, I mean you paid off some debt, oh, great. That didn't, it's not even scratching the surface. One good movie is not going to do it. You had several good movies this year. That didn't do it. Um, broader economy, macro, we're going into probably a recession. You have short covering across the market, so that tide lifts all boats. But what is the cat? I mean, what is it? Why? Why would this happen? That's what nobody is able to answer in an intelligent way. Why would that happen? Like, I mean, I'm just gonna make something up, okay? Um, Elon Musk. No, I don't want to use Elon Musk. Shit. Um, I don't even know. I can't even think of anything. I mean, best I could do is, yeah, LeBron James buys AMC and, does something really great. Okay. Short of something like that, like Adam Aaron wins the $2 billion Powerball lottery and buys AMC shares with all that money, which he would never do. He's never bought one share, as far as we can tell, actually bought. Okay. So short of something like that, why? What would cause it? Yeah, and this guy has close to 5,000 subs. And why wait to go? Why? And exactly, why would you wait to go to 5? If 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 this is going to happen anyway, number two things. Number one, why would you need to wait until it goes to 5 if it's going to end up being $1 million a share? What's the difference between $7 and $5 when the ultimate price target is $1 million? Number two, it went to 5 and you didn't fucking buy it. You didn't fucking buy it. Oh, everybody on Reddit says they did. Oh yeah. But it the volume is like, you know, orders of magnitude lower than it would need to be. And that's the reality. It's orders of magnitude lower. It needs to be 10 times what it is to even start talking about this shit. If you're going to have that inflated of a sense of, entitlement and where you're going with this, you need to fucking pony up or shut the fuck up, as far as I'm concerned. And, it needs to be 20 times higher for anything to really happen. Okay.
Immediately will be liquidated. In addition, these hedge funds are violating the law by neglecting to report IGUP on their 13 forms. According to a tweet by Hank Lewis, the most important
What?
be liquidated. In addition, these hedge funds are violating the law by neglecting to report IGUP on their 13 forms.
I don't
According
even
to
know
a
what that
tweet by
is. I don't
Hank
even know what
Lewis,
that
the
is.
most important story on the stock market today is why 507 institutions have failed to declare their 13F holdings on APE. This is a massive amount of
What?
SEC 13F reporting rule infractions, he stated. It was issued in the third quarter. On September 30, the final day of the third quarter, all 13FS had to be reported. AMC appears to have 536 registered institutional holders, whereas APE appears to have only 29. Tony De Niro tweeted, "You raise a valid point on the 813FS. Only 29 have been filed. These institutions sold AIP prior to September 30th. Consequently, if this is the case, retail should own every single share, if not their AMC. They did not receive any AIP shares because shares were loaned to them. Alternatively, there may not be enough AIP."
No. No. Just no. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, I so, sales and purchases don't get reported immediately. So, I don't even want to get into 13Fs right now. But, you have to look at the date the 13Fs come out, when they're applicable. And does it really surprise anybody that institutions don't want to hold on to this fucking worthless ass ape equity unit? I mean, seriously, seriously. And by the way, good job, Jim Chanos. That trade really fucking worked out. Maybe it will in the long run. I don't see it. I think that was a fucking stupid trade from the beginning. Not saying I'm smarter than Jim Chanos. Maybe it should have gone a different, quote unquote, should have gone a different way. But holy shit. I mean, and who even knows anymore? Like, we looked at it we tried to follow it one time. They said he was short AMC, long ape, and then the other article said short ape, long AMC, or the opposite, or whatever. And it went back and forth and back and forth. I mean, who knows? But I mean, I don't see how that's going to work out. Anyway,
shares, which is why they received IOU or synthetic shares, which they cannot declare. Obviously, there's insufficient APE shares to go around, which is why several hedge firms never received a unique APE. They could have alternatively been issued IOU, which they cannot obviously declare. The public markets, however, it is not just Gemini or Genesis,
God,
but also the
this is just so bad. Like, obviously, this person doesn't speak English as a first language. I'm going to guess with how terrible this is. I mean, yeah, okay. And man, makes me a piece of shit for saying that. But I mean, come on. If you're going to put this shit out, what the fuck?
Australian-based exchange. The digital boom has temporarily subsided. Suspended withdrawals and deposits, citing FTX exposure restrictions.
Now
Possibly their exposure cannot be.
And now we're talking, just randomly now we're talking about what, Gemini or Genesis?
News is that the FBI intends to extradite. Sam Bankman was killed in the Bahamas by the crypto virus. From the collapse, $20 billion has been spread.
Obviously, that's not literal. Sam Bankman was killed by the crypto virus.
By the crypto virus.
By the crypto virus. Okay, that's creative.
From the collapse, $20 billion has been spread. If Sam is truly extradited, he may wind up facing criminal accusations and may end up being prosecuted, going to jail. but due to the current contagion and the current market structure. Michael Berry has tweeted that you have no idea how short I am, citing market dynamics. Michael Burry has opened a massive short position on the market, or more precisely, the real estate market.
How do you know that? Maybe he's fucking short AMC. But it's okay if Michael Burry is short, but any other short seller, if it's the stock that you like, oh, they're the scum of the earth. That literally they should die. We want to see him go to jail. I mean, again, you could teach a fifth grader these concepts, and they could make more intelligent statements about it in probably 2 weeks of studying it. Meanwhile, these people have been looking at 1 minute fucking charts for a year and a half. I mean, it really is ridiculous.
In
It's a
particular,
disaster.
the crypto market. Additionally, Mach 10 tweeted this market chart, displaying the current market dynamic.
Like, okay, pro tip, if you're going to say Mach 10 tweeted, show the fucking tweet. Quit showing these stupid fucking bullshit stock
Full
graphics.
market
The
direction,
fuck?
essentially indicating a substantial decline. Still to come. Mach 10 anticipates that the S&P 500 will continue to decline to about
God.
3,000 points and possibly even below. We've observed that the S&P 500 has likely surpassed
Oh
its
my
current
God.
bullish peak, to continue decreasing until the S&P 500 reaches or falls below 300 points. However, please let me know what it is. You say so in the comments section below. As
God.
always, gentlemen,
I mean,
take sure to
you
ring the
know,
notification bell
you
so that
know that we are at a fucking at some kind of checkpoint. Let me just say it that way, because I don't want to say. I honestly, every time I say this can't get any more ridiculous, this can't get any stupider. It always does. So I'm not going to go that route. I'm just going to say this is at some type of checkpoint, or um, you know, uh, I don't know, like watermark or something. We are at an interesting time. Let me say it that way. When you have people, okay, this is it. You have people not only becoming AMC grifters, like anew, like pivoting from putting up comedy and whatever videos in another language, which, yeah, dumb American, I don't know what language it is. I don't. Um, a few months ago to 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, pivoting to talking about AMC and the MOAS, not only talking about it, well, not talking about it, using a text to speech voice with the worst script I have ever heard used in a text to speech AMC video that I can remember. And, no more shares. Well, it's not like toilet paper. You don't run out of shares. Gamma squeeze? No. Just no. There's no gamma squeeze. What are you talking? Every week it's a gamma squeeze. No, it's not. Ha- Has anybody not noticed that there have been no fucking gamma squeezes on meme stocks within recent history, within at least, months, if not since last year? I'm talking like, I'm not talking these little pops, $2, $3. I'm talking about, you know, what people want to see. I have a video that explains why. Nobody cares. Everybody. I mean, I know you guys care. You already know though. I mean, it's ignorant. It is ignorant to talk about a gamma squeeze on meme stocks. It's ignorant. Um, Shorts covering, price will go higher. Yeah, shorts have been covering for fucking months, over a year and a half. It's all the same stuff. So we're at, it's something. It says something about this grift, this narrative, that it is so appealing so appealing to be an AMC influencer to provide hopium that people like this even feel, yeah, yeah, sure, I'll start doing AMC videos. Fuck it, and these videos are older. They have more views, but I mean, their videos from a week or 2 weeks ago. They got 1,000 views on some of these. 1.3 thousand. Gamma Squeeze about to go crazy 3 days ago. Oh yeah, they love the Gamma Squeeze stuff. So anyway, now we looked at this. This is the law here. Um, you have to buy or borrow. Sure, you can borrow. You can you can borrow a share to cover an FTD. Oh my God. Yes, you can. You know what? I'm sure some of the apes understand this analogy if they were, listening. You owe money. You owe your phone bill's due, right? You got to pay your cell phone bill. You owe money. You owe money to somebody. That's the same as owing a share to somebody, right? You don't have the money to pay your phone bill, but you need to pay your phone bill so that you can keep working and, continue, life, everyday life, so that you can do what you need to do to get more money. So what do you do? Well, I mean, the the best thing to do would be like borrow money from somebody to pay the phone bill. So there you are covering a share with a borrowed share. It's no different. The worst thing would be to go to a payday loan center and pay 9,000% interest to cover your $85 phone bill. And now all of a sudden you owe, $600 on something or whatever. And you get caught in that trap. But that's still the same. You're still borrowing something to fulfill an obligation. It's not that out of the ordinary. It's not that out of the ordinary. And of course, when we start talking about this stuff, viewership falls off. But Antoinette's here, so hey, hey, hey. Oh, it's gonna get more stupid. Oh, I can't wait. Your video's next, Model 3 dude. And by God, I have to get you in here sometime. 800 number or otherwise. We need your commentary in the voice form. We can go shortwave radio. How about that? Let's see. Oh, Model 3 dude's counting himself down. Oh shit. Okay. So we'll take this intermediary here to check out this right here. So this is a FINRA news release from October 4th of this year. Okay. So this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. This is what happens, Larry. Larry, this is what happens when you fuck a stranger. Larry, this is what happens. Sorry. Walter Subcheck just comes out of me sometimes because we are all Walter. We are. We are all Walter. Does anyone care about the rules? We're- I don't own a gun, but I'm sure if I did, I probably would have pulled it out in a bowling alley already. Anyway, this is what happens when fail to delivers are not covered, not closed out. This is from October of this year. FINRA fines UBS Securities 2.5 million for reg show violation. And I can hear the apes right now. Oh, $2.5 million. That's nothing for UBS. They just keep doing it. Okay, but that's missing the point. Okay, forget about Pretend it's 2.5 billion for all I care. It doesn't matter. The fine doesn't matter. Yeah, banks have a lot of fucking money. Get over it. Okay? Get over it. UBS Securities fined 2.5 million for reg show violations and supervisory failures. Okay? FINRA announced that it has fined UBS Securities 2.5 million for reg show violations and supervisory failures spanning a period of 9 years. 9 years. Reg shows intended to blah, 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 blah. The rule requires firms to take affirmative action. Well, that's a weird choice of words. To close out failure to deliver positions resulting from short sales in equity securities by borrowing or purchasing the securities by the beginning of regular trading hours the day after the settlement date. Okay. So you have to borrow or purchase the securities, not a tokenized version of it, not something else. No, if you owe AMC shares, you borrow or you provide AMC shares. Anything tokenized, whether it tokenized stock or Ethereum ERC tokens, anything that's traded on the blockchain, that's not compatible with the DTCC. Okay? They don't have a blockchain. They can't use it. It's not compatible. They're apples and oranges. They're different things. One's a square, one's a circle. Not compatible. No, no mas. Limit orders or other delayed orders do not satisfy the closeout requirement. So these closeout requirements, they can't use limit orders. So what does that mean? It means market orders. They have to buy it at market. I think I got something else down here highlight. No, that's all I got highlighted. So it says here that they had long running issues. They did not timely close out at least 5,300 FTDs and routed or executed more than 73,000 short sales and securities with an unsatisfied closeout requirement first without first borrowing or arranging to borrow the shares. Okay, including using revocable VWAP transactions or limit orders to address buy-in obligations for failed to delivers. Okay, revocable volume weighted average price transactions, meaning you want to buy it at the average price that it was that day rather than whatever it happens to be at the time, because that average price may be higher or lower than where it's trading now. So you find a time when the price, when the price is way above the VWAP, or in other words, the average price is below the current market price, and you say, "Hey, I want to buy it at that average price, not at what the market price currently is." No, you can't do that. That's what this is telling you. You can't do that. And a couple other things here. The good old classic um, order management systems not restricting short sales. But this is what happens. So if that indeed happened, that they used the tokenized whatever bullshit, you know, we'll see it at some point. I mean, this what UPS did is fairly common. This is a common thing in the grand scheme of things. This happens using a crypto token, trying to use a crypto token to cover a stock position doesn't happen. Just doesn't happen. Can't happen. It cannot happen. Can't happen. All right. Does Model 3 dude have a YouTube channel? Uh, no, he doesn't. He should though. Model 3 dude's videos. No, I don't know what I said. We need Model 3 dude's voice in voice channel. I think that's what I said. Model 3 dude is an enigma. They sold me synthetic tokens. Oh my God, synthetic tokens. So you got double screwed. Sell it to the apes. I can't sell my synthetic tokens on a. I can't. My AMC synthetic tokens are on a truck headed to DRS. So they are on a. So they're on a ferry to Australia. Lynn, Lynn. Welcome. Okay, well you missed the worst part. I think it's all downhill from here, except Model 3 Dude's video. I mean, oh, yes. You know what, Chilo? I did say Model 3 Dude's video. Um, I was referring to the link that he posted. Yeah, I see where you got that. I did say, indeed, I did say Model 3 Dude's video. You are correct about that. But, and alas, I meant this video, which he was kind enough to link in the chat. So let's see what we got here. Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
So AMC partnered up with Disney Plus.
See? And I said, hold on to it. And now it's about to blow through the roof. Because they done partnered with that little rat. Because anything that big is not a mouse, it's a rat. So, to all my people that held strong on the AMC, nigga. Hold on. Our time is here. Now, I'd hold on to it. You know, after the initial surge, because it's gonna shoot through the roof once the deal's closed with Disney Plus. But I'd hold on to it for at least a year after the merge.
A year?
Really gonna shoot through the roof.
What? I mean, okay, I'm just gonna let it keep going.
They got a couple of superhero films in the cut.
Oh darn, it froze. Um, so get it on replay. Oh, I'm not. Let me just say this: I'm not responsible. This channel is not responsible for any damage done to electronic devices, whether it's screens, phones, whatever, as a result of watching the video. Okay, I I need to put that in a disclaimer at the beginning, because it's bad. It's bad. It is bad. I mean, it is bad. I know that I cry wolf with that all the time, and you know how bad this shit is, but hey, yeah, what the when Disney deal? When I thought that was forthcoming.
The cut. Once
Let me
those
go back.
really gonna shoot through the roof. They got a couple of superhero films in the cut.
They always do.
Once those drop,
They always do. Every year. There's dozens of them.
now, Disney Plus buying AMC theaters, meaning that their superhero films are going to be destined for the movies at AMC theaters only.
What? Disney Plus buying AMC theaters. There you go, Manny. Apparently Disney Plus is buying AMC. Okay.
Why else buy it? Everybody said I was crazy when I said hold on to it. Who's crazy now, sons of bitches? You might want to get in.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave on that shit.
Like, no, like right now.
Where's my motherfucking?
Where the fuck does this come from? And is this older? Like, what the fuck is this? Oh my God. Phil, you've become one of the most important people on this movement. Thank you for all you do. Uh, I love like this part right here. It's one part that I like.
Hero films in the cut. Once those drop,
That is never, I mean, when has that ever happened? Like one
now, Disney Plus buying AMC theaters.
what's going on with Disney and AMC? What's going on with Disney and AMC? AMC stock pops as Adam Aaron touts Disney Plus collaboration. Nope, nothing about them buying AMC.
Meaning that their superhero films are going to be destined for the movies at AMC theaters only.
Probably not. Why? Why? Anyway, maybe for a limited amount of time or something, but
Why else buy it? Everybody said I was crazy when I said hold on to it. Who's crazy now, sons of bitches? You might want to get in.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
Like, no, like right now.
Where's my motherfucker?
Jesus, okay. Disney Plus users get an AMC free movie ticket a month or something like that. So again, once again, you know, it's this hype, all this hype. Oh, we're going to be announcing. Oh, this is Adam Aaron here. We're going to be announcing a strategic partnership with Disney Plus in the next coming weeks, and yada da 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 da. We're going to be announcing very exciting membership perks for our loyalty program, free popcorn, asterisk. It's always the same shit. Always the same shit. You know, cast a wide net and get people in. You know, get people's interest. And it's marketing. You know, it's just stupid though. Free popcorn, right? Free popcorn with the purchase of what, adult movie ticket or whatever the hell it is. I mean, oh, by the way, you don't have to actually prove that you're a shareholder to join the Investor Connect program either. Free Slurpees. Free Slurpees. Um, okay, let's look at Adam Aaron's tweet. CEO Adam. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Man, I still forget my freaking password for this. Okay. As euphoric as we are about Black Panther 2 and Avatar 2, to the end of the year on a high note, to end the year on a high note, I want the record to be absolutely clear. In 2022, movie-going has still been below pre-pandemic levels, down about a third. But we now expect we'll see considerable growth in 2023 over 2022. With a little luck, by 2024 or 2025, the COVID-19 crisis could be but a bad ancient memory. We fight hard every day to foster a recovery. We will not rest until we right the ship. Um, very, yeah. My thing with this is he felt the need to tweet this at 1 in the morning. At 1 in the morning. Why? That to me is the weirdest thing here. On his iPhone at 1:05 a.m. this morning, lying in bed thinking, "Oh man, shit. I'm afraid that I might have misled the retail investors about expectations. Maybe I should, honey, do you think I should tweet? You think I should put out a tweet? Send a tweet? Post a tweet? Tweet a tweet? You know, they'll understand, right? Like what? What? Sounds like a lawyer made him type that. What, did he forget about it until at 1:05 in the morning? I mean, 1:05. Just because they make movies does not mean that people will come out to see them. True. That's true. He's probably shorting AMC. I mean, he's in my book, he hasn't bought any AMC shares with his own money. That's as good as shorting in my book. You haven't bought any, you're shorting it. That's the way we roll around here. We know that. Guilt. Guilt. Um, so let's see here. I was going to look something up here real quick. Let's see. So, yeah, righting the ship. Um, I mean, it's a phrase, a colloquial phrase, but obviously, referred originally to maritime matters, but pretty much now, from what I'm reading, it exclusively is used in the corporate sector, although I'm sure I've heard people say it outside of that. But if someone, I'm quoting a page here, if someone tells you that they or you need to right the ship, they are referring to a company that is in organizational or financial distress. The company may require more capital funding or a new management team to change the company's trajectory and return profitability. To right the ship means to implement a plan that will prevent the company from going bankrupt or preventing the company's stock from dropping in value in the market. I mean, I know we all know what that means. I just, I just wanted to get some words in black and white there. So, yeah, new management team, like that could work. I hear Sam Bankman Fried is available. So let's see. Let's look at some of the replies. By AMC, Adam. You mean COVID or the devil asking for a friend? The devil. Consider selling these prepackaged popcorn servings. Event rental companies, as well as event halls, etc., sell these as well as provide popcorn for their guests. Could be added revenue. Great advertising on packaging. Uh, Mega Pop popcorn. Toy stores in AMC's. Model 3 dudes coming out of retirement to launch the Toys R Us in the movie theater. Hell, why stop there? Let's have car repair. You get your oil changed while you watch Star Wars. How about that? Somebody suggested that, actually. Jesus. Not a CEO, so you got to trust. So got to trust your judgment. But yes, hoping to see growth on all accounts. Adam, a lot of people are concerned with you overspending. In my opinion, stop buying more theater chains and worry about getting out of debt so you can issue a cash dividend as soon as possible. We are counting on you to make this happen ASAP. No, he's not. Over his dead body. I don't blame you. At a Walmart? Oh, but I thought Walmarts were going down. I thought Anton LaVey said Walmart's dead. Can AMC rent projectors to turn homes into a theater? Now, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Not only rent projectors, they'll mail them to you. It'll be like old school Netflix. Instead of sending you the DVDs, they'll send you the projector. And then you can stream the movie on the projector that you get in the mail, and then you mail the projector back. That is gold, my friend. I like it. Now that's an idea. I don't care who you are. That's $1 million idea. Stock will still be heavily shorted by the synthetics you choose to ignore. Ah, but what about these tokenized AMC stock? See, oh man, with a little luck in selling AMC branded merchandise to help advertise the brand, increase brand awareness, as well as build revenue, this could easily be a 10 million year revenue stream for AMC theaters, not including increased sales from conversations with your shareholders. Hmm. Here's a person with a what you call it, check mark, $8 check mark. We love our precious stock and preferred equity. I am a forever investor. Forever investor. The fact that movies equals memes equals life lessons, they're never going away. And the best way to see a quote movie is at AMC theaters. Wow, that person should be a spokesperson for AMC. Mr. Adams, you know that AMC will be the next Tesla in entertainment world. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Uh, and I'm just going to leave it there. Do an additional offering of more ape shares. Here is a tweet that has 0 likes, 0 hearts, no retweets, no replies. They don't like this one. Do an additional offering of more ape shares. Incidentally, this is probably the most reasonable suggestion on here, the most realistic suggestion. The new laser projectors. Yeah, AMC. Can you believe that? AMC, the next Tesla of the entertainment industry. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. Electric movies? Self-driving movies? I went, okay. Movies that watch themselves. There you go. Movies that watch themselves wirelessly. Why is it every single time the stock moves in a positive direction, you feel the need to tweet something negative? Hmm. Well, Hollywood Beach Girl gets it. She's feeling the pain that others because he wants to milk the shareholders as long as possible. It should be obvious by now. He sabotages it every time. You think so? Hmm. I don't know. 2024 to 25, do something. Don't pretend to not know what's happening to the stock. But see, the stock and the company are two separate things. This is something they never learned either. The company and the stock are two separate things. Stock doesn't always do what you want it to do. It doesn't always do what you think it should do based on what the company is doing. But at the end of the day, the company has to get its affairs in order. The company has to get its ship righted, if you will. Um, and the strong fundamentals of the company usually translate into, equity price. But uh, you're not going to do things for the stock price. I mean, maybe, you know, whatever, but that doesn't help your company. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, Model 3 wife likes movies that watch themselves. I like it too. I like it too. I mean, I'm just talking out of my ass here, and that came out. So, you know, um, like I said before, my father is a retired PGA golf professional. I grew up out on the golf course around all these old farts. So, I like to think I picked up the gift of bullshit a little bit at least. I mean, if you want to if you if you want to learn bullshitting, and who doesn't? Everybody should hang out at a golf course in the pro shop when you're 12, 13, 14 years old. You'll learn. You will learn some techniques. AMC could revolutionize the movie experience with live acting, just like Broadway. Now, there's an idea. Star Wars on Broadway. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have to say though, that one right there, Star Wars on Broadway, I want to see the version that watches itself because that sounds so good. I just want to watch itself. When will short checkmate go into full effect, thus squeezing the shorts to close their positions and launching our AMC and APE share price to the moon and into true price discovery? Here you go. Here you go. Okay. Like this, how many people would fall in line behind this guy? Um, when will the short checkmate go into full effect, thus squeezing the shorts to close their positions? I mean, I'm sorry, but you're not going to make that happen. Like anything that is like, it just like, it's like, I don't know. I have two images in my head. One is of toddler, like a really young child. The other one is of a woman, or let me be fair, a spouse, like an ex-spouse or a former spouse. Okay. Like both of those people are hard to force to do things like, or impossible, really. So, what I'm trying to say is like, you want the toddler to eat their carrots. By their nature, they don't want to do whatever it is. So, they might be hungry, they might actually like carrots, but because you want them to do it, they're not going to do it. Number 1. Number 2, like as much as you want someone to still like you or whatever, you can't force them to do that. Okay? So, not an exact analogy, but what I'm saying is if your goal is to get the short squeezing the shorts to close their positions, if I were shorting this stock and I was a hedge fund manager, like, and I have these fantasies sometimes. If I were a hedge fund manager and I had a short position on AMC, I wouldn't fucking close the position ever because of these fucking twerps. I mean, seriously, I would milk every goddamn penny out of these idiots who put all this shit on here. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I would do anything I could to take every penny of their money. Not because I'd be that greedy, but because honestly, they fucking deserve it. Now, that's why I'm not a hedge fund manager. You know, I admit that's a little that is certainly way more emotional, I think, than anybody on Wall Street probably is, who's successful. Um, but I'm just trying to say that, okay, whatever the CEO thinks is checkmate for short sellers, unless Adam Aaron is actually a short seller on his own stock for his own company that he's the CEO of, he doesn't know shit. He has no fucking clue. I'm sorry, he has no fucking clue what it would take for short sellers to close their positions, and it's none of his fucking concern. You're always going to have short sellers. Always. The apes are worried about somebody else closing their position? Oh, well, what is wrong with this picture? What is wrong with this picture? That other position that you want to be closed so fucking bad, that's a profitable position, and it's not your position. Meanwhile, the apes are sitting on fucking 90% losses in some cases with their positions open, and they're worried about somebody else closing their position. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, good luck trying to get your toddler to eat that green mush and, your ex boyfriend or girlfriend to allow you to live in their house after you spent all the money on worthless AMC and APE stocks. Um, like Adam Aaron doesn't have a clue. And Adam Aaron is not going to force either of those things to happen, nor is he going to force shorts to close their positions. It's just not going to happen. I mean, you know, 1/4 of positive earnings per share and the heat will be gone. No, I don't think so. No, I want that shirt. AMC movies that watch themselves. I could make that happen. I do have a Teespring store that I set up at one point with some merchandise for AMC, but well, not for AMC, but for this whole thing. But then, so yeah, it was my idea. I'm gonna sell T-shirts, right? Last August, I did these designs, set up the thing. It was super easy. But of course, with anything like that, it's all about promotion. It's all about getting it out there. Maybe 1%, 0.5% or 1/10% of people who see it would buy something. Wouldn't you know, right after I did all that work, spent about a week setting it up, it was then that I went back to work. Finally, was like October. Like, oh, Scott, come on, we need you. So I never did anything with it, never promoted it. But I think that we probably should do something like that. I would do it. Very true with BS in the back nine. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, add a ballet theater in AMC theaters too. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to get some mirrors and railings, but we could do that. I want to see a Broadway play in an AMC theater via Zoom. Yeah, there you go. That's meta as fuck. Back nine is where the drinks kick in. Oh yeah, back nine is where I start throwing golf clubs and bashing fucking putter into the green. Ugh, God, infuriating game. Um, that's why I just drove the golf carts around. Please give us the shareholders what we really want, which is the squeeze. I mean, okay, desperate much? Please stop dragging this process. You and the board already got paid big time off us last year, so it's time you reciprocate the favor. Thanks. Okay? Like again, this tweet's been up for, I don't know, almost 24 hours. no likes, one reply, never happened. He does not want the squeeze. Okay. Um, First of all, this is pathetic. This is pathetic. Somebody that somebody would actually write this is pathetic. I'm embarrassed for Adam Aaron if he read this. Okay, like that's pathetic. The favor? Oh man, like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like so many things wrong with that. Reduce the price of your AMC Stubs monthly fee. There are no movies worth seeing. Barely see one movie a month now. Been a loyal customer from beginning and feel ripped off by AMC these days. They are already losing a ton of money every quarter and you want them to decrease revenue. Face palm. Maybe that's why it's being shorted to the ground. I really hate that phrase, shorted to the ground. It's stupid. That's not why it is going to the ground. I'm telling you, not why. Lobby should sell movie merch. Oh, yeah. Just like getting off a good Disney ride, you get thrown into a shop where you find yourself buying merch you weren't necessarily a purchase before. Well, hell, why stop there? Let's have cameras in the fucking theater that snaps pictures at pivotal moments of the movie, like when you go over the hill on the roller coaster. Right? Right? Captures your reaction, your funny face. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm throwing up, whatever. Yeah, everybody gets a picture. You come to the counter after the theater, after the movie in the lobby. You can see your pictures. You can print it out, get it in a commemorative little uh, picture holder thing. Only, 39 bucks for a little strip. Why not? I want to see my reaction. you know, I want to see my reaction when Carrie Fisher appeared in Star Wars Force Awakens for the first time in that movie. I want a multimedia remembrance. I want to see not only see my face, I want to hear the gasp that was uttered in that theater. Anybody who saw that movie in the theater when it came out in 2016, I think, Christmas or ish, whatever holidays, this time of year, I mean, it, the gasp when Carrie Fisher appeared, I'll never forget that. I will never forget that gasp. I mean, bless her heart, rest in peace. But it was shock. I mean, I was shocked. I didn't expect that. So, like, your pictures on the log flume ride. That's another revenue stream. I mean, shit. We could be apes with these ideas, guys. If anything, Adam Aaron wants to squeeze so he could get all you nut balls off his back. Yeah, at this point, he's like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe that's why he tweeted out that thing at 1 a.m. last night. Maybe he had one too many old fashions or Sazeracs or whatever the fuck he drinks. And he's like, you know what? These stupid retail investors, I'm going to make it seem like we're going to do shitty this year. I don't know. Take pictures with Disney characters after the movie. Antoinette could be, I don't know, Candlestick from Beauty and the Beast. That's who I want my picture taken with. Candlestick. Dancing candlesticks. Okay. Well, anyway, let's see what else we got here. We'll watch a couple more vids and see what the hell people are saying. There's that piece of shit again. Has the short interest been hiding here? Jack, buddy, you can't hide short interest. Okay? Why does everything have to be hidden? It's not hidden. Not hidden. It's out in the open. It's all out in the open. Price just is going down because that's what the price is doing. Does anybody care what Dave Portnoy says about SBF and FTX? And god damn these crypto guys and their goddamn initials. Who cares? Okay. The Lou AMC count. The Lou AMC count. How many videos did New York Angie make today? Good question. Let's find out. Kiev Angelo made. He's kind of been stepping up the FUD, I noticed. 3. Appears to be 3. Appears to be 3. Ken Griffin thinks you are going to lose. Well, that caught my attention. I gotta run to my kitchen and get a beverage. My throat is like a piece of 60 grit sandpaper. So let me throw on my speakers here so I can actually hear this. And I'll be back before this is over. So let's see. It's that. All right. I'll be right back.
Well, guys, Ken Griffin is worrying about you. He's worrying that you might not be able to pay your grocery bill. He's also worrying that the Fed might lose their job. But he has the solution for this. Such a nice guy.
It's sort of like saying you go to your doctor, you've got a bacterial infection, and he gives you 10 pills to take, and you stop taking them after pill number 7. And then you relapse a few days later. Like, it's not yet time for us to change course on our monetary policy. We want to see that we put the inflation genie back in the bottle. We've endured a ton of pain in getting to this point. The housing market is definitely under duress. Durable goods sales are under duress. High-ticket items are just out of reach of consumers today, but we haven't gotten the job done. And to take the foot off the brake right now and not finish the job, I think is the absolute worst mistake the Fed could possibly make.
Why? What happens if they, again, back off too early? If you take only 7 pills instead of 10, what are the consequences for the U.S. economy and for the global economy furthermore?
So the biggest concern is you on-anchor inflation expectations. So right now, the American public believes, and not as much as we'd like, but the American public believes the Fed's going to get the job done. If we take the foot off the brake, we don't finish the course of antibiotics, and inflation starts to flare back up, the Fed will have lost credibility. If the Fed loses credibility and inflation expectations on anchor, then the amount by which we'll need to raise rates and deter economic growth will be a much bigger bill to pay. And we shouldn't put ourselves in a position to pay that bill. We should get the job done now.
So Ken Griffin said that, the Fed should continue.
I don't really understand how anyone can disagree with what Ken Griffin said. I mean, anybody who has, some basic economics knowledge, as far as I'm concerned, he's spot on. And that's not just because I like Ken Griffin. That's what we've been saying around here. We are not bullish in the market right now. It's not appropriate. Pivot is premature, that kind of stuff. So, I'm really curious to see what, his take is on this. Because, I mean, at this point, I would have to say it's got to be misinformed. I don't know. So let's see.
That bill. We should get the job done now.
So Ken Griffin said that, the Fed should continue to raise interest rates without stopping, without having a backlash, don't care about the market is crashing. And you might be thinking, but Ken Griffin should be caring much more about the corporate taxes, should be caring much more about the corporations and institutions.
Well, yeah, I mean, part of the deal with inflation, is that everything goes up. So if you want to kill inflation, things have to go down a little bit. You'll be okay. You'll be okay, Angelo. I mean, you just have to diversify your trading strategies a little bit, you know? Maybe go 60-40 stocks and bonds.
Institutional investors. But he mentioned that, the average guy, the grocery bill is much harder to be afforded. A lot of people can't actually afford to do the same grocery that they used to do in the past. He said that, if the Fed didn't actually fight the inflation will remain averagely high. People will lose the hopes of the Fed. I think something that is already on the table. Nobody actually listens Jerome Powell or believes what Jerome Powell is saying about the inflation expectations. Earlier this year, the Fed, before...
I mean, like, so what is he saying? Like, yeah, grocery prices are high. The Fed pretty much can raise interest rates, and they can remove money from the money supply, which they're doing, both of those things, to decrease demand where they can. You don't want grocery prices to be high, but you don't want, the stock market to go down also. Like, I don't even understand what he's trying to say here. It's incoherent.
For the first gigantic CPI data was expecting this year inflation to be between 2 and 3%. Not to mention Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said that by the end of this year, with the rate hikes, inflation should be around 2% by the end of this year, and we're already in November. Now you get the idea how far are the miscalculations of the actual regulators and institutional investors
Well,
on
Janet
the market versus the reality.
is
This is why Ken Griffin is saying
Treasury.
you should just
She
take
doesn't
the
set
pill.
the policy.
The question is which pill you should take, the blue or the red one. And you might be thinking, okay, but
Shut the fuck up with your goddamn blue and red pills. I am so sick of that fucking cliche. It's stupid. Okay? It's fucking stupid.
market is so low. Okay, the market couldn't go lower. It's funny as it sounds, I heard Goldman Sachs yesterday made a prediction that the market could actually fall additional 15 to 20%. On top of what? On top of this 30% already average decline? Because the reality is that the Federal Reserve rate hike didn't actually hit the right people. Didn't have a major influence over the prices, didn't have a major influence over the supply and demand. Had a major impact over the stock market, had a major impact over the crypto markets. Essentially, Jerome Powell was trying to go and hunt for a deer, but Jerome Powell actually hit a bobcat. Understand what's the point? And nobody is paying attention to what he actually hit. Nobody is saying, that's the true facts. End consumer was the one that was looking to get better prices, putting the inflation lower, being able to afford more. But this was not what actually happened. What actually happened is that all these big companies that were relying on leverage were the ones that were hit. Look at the tech, look at the NASDAQ, look at all the crypto that was dragged down by NASDAQ individually. So I'm very happy that Kenny is actually worrying about you and worrying about us. Leave your thoughts in the comment section about Ken Griffin's solution. Actually worrying about you by NASDAQ individually. So I'm very happy that Kenny is actually worrying about you and worrying about us. Leave your thoughts in the
He's happy that Ken's worrying about you. That's got to be facetious.
Comment section about Ken Griffin's solution for taking the pills and continuing with the new rate hikes.
I mean, it's not Ken Griffin's solution. It's not Ken Griffin's solution. He's just not a fucking moron when it comes to economics. Like this clown is. Jesus Christ. Ken knows with higher rates, you, New York Angie, will not have money to be in a market you should not be in. And isn't that interesting? Like, here's Ken Griffin. supposedly, evil devil, Ken Griffin. And he's sitting there saying, something that he knows is going to hit the market. It's going to push, equities prices down. It's going to basically spawn a recession of, we don't know how strong or how long or anything, but a period of decline. If he were truly that evil, I mean, I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, but it kind of seems like he'd be like, "Oh, you know what? No, the Fed should pivot now. Keep the stock, SPX going to 5,000, baby." He's not saying that. He's not saying that. He's actually saying something very intelligent and, reasonable and appropriate. So, I mean, I really, this day may never come. It may come, but you know, someday the apes may realize how foolish they were, uh, typecasting this guy into their little, stereotypical box of where they put him. Because I'll tell you, people like this, there is a lot to learn from people like this. There absolutely is. And shit, in the time that I've been doing this channel, year and a half or whatever, not quite. I didn't know who Ken Griffin was before any of this shit. I'd never heard of the guy. I knew that the apes were supposed to hate him. Then I started actually listening to what he said and went back and watched a lot of his speeches and shit last year. Telling you, you know, there is always something to learn from people who are more experienced and successful. So maybe the day will come when the apes realize, hey, you know what? I could have been learning stuff instead of no. Who am I kidding? That day is not going to come. Let's look at the Lou count, the Lou AMC count. What's going on, my silly little motherfuckers?
What's going on, my silly?
God. Let's see here. Can't believe anybody watched that garbage. I know, really. Higher rate dries up cash for the poor, not the rich. Yeah, yeah. And, by that token, inflation, um, you know, who does inflation hurt more? I mean, obviously, everybody is affected by it, but if you have more money, hunt a deer, killed an ape. Came for the deer hunt, left with a freaking primate strapped to my hood. Higher rates will push poor money like Frankie out of the market. Oh, boo hoo. I'm so sad about that. Holy shit. Now, if you listen to people like Tom Sosnoff and the Tasty Trade gang, they say, because Frankie and the apes are what they would call noise. They would call them noise in the market. And, you get differing you know, opinions on noise. Some people want the noise gone. They want it to be clean and no noise and, all signal, no noise. But in reality, signals have noise on them. There's some noise in the background. There's some noisy stuff, some outliers, some pops and crackles and dogs barking, whatever. So Tom and those guys, they like the noise. They say, yeah, we like the noise. The noise the noise is our bread and butter. That's where we make our money. We make our money on the noise. Bring on the noise. So it's interesting because, you can look at it either way. Now, from a trading standpoint, maybe the noise is good for volatility and things like that. From a market quality standpoint, or just fucking not being annoyed with all this shit on social media, the noise is unbearable. It's like deafening. So I can see both sides of it, but I just thought it was interesting because I didn't expect to hear Tom Sosnoff say, "Yeah, we love the noise. I love the noise." You know, just an interesting, different perspective. Negative feedback. Oh God, you are telling us that Ken is smarter than CSI? Well, I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. All right, here we go. Lou.
What's going on, my silly little motherfucker? All right, listen, I'm just here. I got these happy fucking. I don't know what the fuck they're doing there. They're doing
Wait,
like,
is Lou allowed to be
some
that
type of
close
a
to a
kid
school?
stuff. Pretty annoying, cute kids,
Just kidding.
but it's too
What?
fucking cold to be fucking
Weird.
doing E-I-E-I-O. Anyway, that being said, all right, let's start it off with. I'm telling you, I gotta watch myself. Some creepy fucking chicks out here with dogs. Okay, one. Let's start it off with what I started talking about earlier today. The Lou AMC NFT count coin. Okay. I bought 1 share of AMC this morning. I don't acknowledge APE in any way, shape, or form because to me, APE is nothing but AMC split. So APE to me is AMC. Everybody sees it that way. The Wall Street sees it that way. The SEC sees it that way. I see it that way. Which is really disgusting because, our stock was chopped and brought to nothing. It was just a disgusting thing. But anyway, I'm not talking about APE. APE will have to become AMC again. That being said, I bought 1 share of AMC today to make me an AMC shareholder again. And what I am planning on doing, and is if you guys want it, is for me to issue out an NFT, because you probably have already seen it. And I guess at the end we'll auction off that actual photo. The guy that did the painting for me for the meetup, he'll get all the money. I don't want any money out of this. But what I want to do is, I want to see, because there's two sides of this coin. If we get people to commit to it, it's worth it, because you cannot do a count if everybody's not on the same page. Okay, I'm not AMC. I'm not popcorn. Trust me, I'm not popcorn. They can get that information from all the brokers and get an actual count. Do you understand? So if they were using Upstream, this shit could be over like in 2 to 3 weeks. But they won't do that. So I thought maybe, what if I do my own NFT? I don't want money for it. I set it up on the exchange so publicly we can see what our shareholder count and share count would be. But it will only work if everybody does it. Because if a certain portion of people do it, then it's going to be an inaccurate count, supporting their narrative that there's no synthetics. So I'm being very careful on how we do that.
It'll never work.
Bought 1 share of AMC, so this way nobody can say, "Oh, you're trying to manipulate the stock." Cute kid. You're trying to manipulate the stock for your gain.
Something doesn't sit
What
right
is my one stock gonna get
with
me?
me.
Better yet, whatever that
Lou
one stock
talking
goes
about
up to,
cute
I'll donate
kids
it to whatever charity.
in the park.
And it's 1 fucking share.
That's all I'm gonna say.
But that being said, the only way to solve the problem, especially when they merge APE with AMC, we're gonna have this wild number. I remember there's an AMC token out there as well. So there's an AMC token that was on FTX. I'm just saying. You got APE. APE is out there sucking dick.
Basically, that whatever AMC token on FTX was created by Lou, essentially. It was created by somebody like Lou. Some random person. Not tokenized stock. And well, there's no AMC, there's no token on FTX. That's true. But I'm just saying any crypto AMC anything crypto AMC is user created. It is created by a market participant. And it has nothing to do with AMC. It has nothing to do with the actual AMC stock shares, except maybe at one time it had the same price. But it's not anything official. And most importantly, then this is the point of this whole fucking live stream. Those tokens, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Shiba, Ape, token coin, anything crypto, anything that's on a goddamn blockchain. Okay? Let's just make it easy. Anything that's on a motherfucking blockchain can never, never, never be exchanged or substituted for anything on the actual stock market. It cannot. Like, let's kill that right now. It is a separate market. It is not possible. It's incompatible. It's like putting an Apple Macintosh disk into a PC in 1992. It wasn't going to work. It's like putting a fucking, you know, uh, whatever, any two things that aren't compatible, like logic and the apes. Okay, it's like putting logic and the apes together. They're not compatible. Nothing crypto is interchangeable with anything on the stock market. Period. Like that is, I mean, oh, it's just so ignorant. And I'm fairly sure that people think that that's what happened. These ape tokens, the 6 quadrillion or whatever, 45 quintillion synthetic token swaps. That's what they use to cover the FTDs. No, it's not possible. It's literally not possible. Like, it would be like going into the goddamn bank trying to put in $100,000 of monopoly money. That's what it would be like. No, you can't do that. Okay. That's all I wanted to say. No tokenized, no tokenized AMC.
Somewhere with that music on. And then you got AMC, which never had an accurate count. So unless we're going to get all the people, like literally we need like everybody. Or we need to get everybody that's enough to be higher than what AMC says. So
no, I mean, you can't do that. Look, you had the most engagement you've ever had in the fucking summer of 2021 when they did that stupid Say Technologies vote, when they voted on the questions that they were going to ask Adam Aaron at the fucking meeting, okay? That was the height of the popularity, and you didn't get enough to get a meaningful number. You'll never get a meaningful number. You will never get a meaningful number. You can't. You can't. But if you couldn't get it last summer when, price like shot up, you're sure as fuck not going to get it now. You're not going to get it. So all this share count nonsense, I mean, it's so stupid. Barking up the wrong tree. Okay.
you guys, go to your Reddit, your stock twits, whatever. Understand, you're not paying for the NFTs. I don't want any money. Nobody's going to bill you money. There's nothing like that. But the only way you can count this is by doing some type of blockchain NFT token. So there you go. So I hope that explains everything. There's a couple of things, AMC, but I've been saying what it is. You guys know my feelings. Right now, technically, we have new shorts coming in, stuff like that, and I know you guys are holding, but I don't know the size anymore. I don't know the size of what AMC is. I don't know. For all I know, we could be bigger and we could be smaller. I don't know that. This went on so long and they broke this play into two different avenues, to the APE and AMC. There's no way of knowing exactly how many AMC shares are out there.
Doesn't matter.
There is a way.
Doesn't matter.
You let me know.
Doesn't matter how many shares are out there. Like, when did this whole fucking how many shares thing, when did that become a thing? There's so much research that needs to be done on these basic questions. Like, first of all, where did the term ape come from? Who started that? That's number one question. Number two, when did it become such a focus on how many shares are there? Oh, I think there's more share. And why? What was the basis for that? Oh, the stock price was going down. So they know enough basic supply and demand to know, hey, there's probably way too much supply, because that's the only reason why things can go down is because there's an artificial supply of a lot that would push it down. But why? When? Exactly how? Who started that? I want to find that motherfucker. I guarantee I don't think it was Keith Gill, you know, um, etc. Stuff like that. But anyway, how many shares are there? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Trade it. Make money. Move on. Boom. Saved you a year and a half of heartache. 357,000 per share. Now, then we know that we're hitting another critical moment when Shill Talk Daily, also known as Stock Talk Daily, when Shill Talk Daily stops making videos, then we know we've hit another critical checkpoint in this. Oh yeah, I got to see this one. It wouldn't be a live stream without Donnie.
This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. And everything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decisions on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithms, such you get the videos I put them out. So, things I'm analyzing that data. Listen, the hedgies are in big trouble. Okay? Since Friday morning.
Ooh, you're in big trouble, Kenny. Kenny, you're in big trouble. Kenny, you're in big trouble. This guy says so.
Big trouble. The hedgies are in big trouble.
Oh, you're in big trouble, mister. Oh, you're in big trouble. Yeah. Yeah, you're in big trouble. Uh-huh.
YouTube albums, such you get the videos I put them out. So, things I'm analyzing that data. Listen, the hedgies are in big trouble.
Oh.
Okay. Since Friday morning, they had no shares available to short because they were no longer able to use the FTX tokenized stocks in order.
This guy, put this fucking guy in jail. I mean, come on. What? Put a fucking muzzle on him at least so he can't fucking spout off like this. Jesus Christ. What is he talking about? They didn't have any shares available on one fucking indicator called Stonko Tracker, which looks at one brokerage. Oh my God, it's crime. What the fuck?
Since Friday morning, they had no shares available to short.
Guess what? They return them. Yeah, shorts close. They close their positions and they return the shares. Yes, that's what happens. Then, magically, like magic, but not actually magic, it seems like magic, but no, it's like returning a library book. Now somebody else can borrow it. Yeah,
Because
crazy.
they were no longer able to use the FTX
God.
tokenized stocks in order to make those counterfeit shares that they've been pushed into the market, which I believe is in the billions. And I know we found 1.5 billion of those, but I believe there's billions more. But that's not what this is about. This video is about the 300,000 AMC shares that became available this morning. First of all, I have no idea where they came from. I would love to see the chain of custody of these shares because we know retail's not selling their shares. And they have taken the same shares and loaned them over and over and over and over again. But here's the other thing. The cost to borrow that somebody's paying for these 300,000 shares is 102%. And I want to ask you something. What logical, intelligent person would pay 102% for a stock that they claim has no value?
Well,
why?
Let me tell you who would do that. Somebody who thinks it's fucking overvalued. Yeah, they're borrowing it. They're borrowing an overvalued stock so they can sell it and make money when it goes down. Why would they pay 102% cost to borrow? Because that's the cost to borrow. Because they think it's worth it. Because how much is AMC is $7 fucking dollars. $7.50. Oh my God. Oh my God. $7.50 a year to borrow that share. It's not that much. Not that much really. But like he thinks he's got a little gotcha here. I mean, that's what this is. He thinks he's so fucking clever with his pressed shirts, and whatever. His little running. I love his like his his black walking shirt that he wears. A wife beater type shirt. Like, wonder how often he washes that shirt. Anyway, he always wears it when he's on his walks, on his little walks in the morning. But I mean, he thinks he's got a gotcha here. Who pays 102% for a share that they say is worthless? Yeah, because you don't understand fucking short selling. Clearly, you and most of the fucking apes. God, guy couldn't trade himself out of a fucking paper bag.
And I want to ask you something. What logical, intelligent person would pay 102% for a stock that they claim has no value? Why would they do that?
They're not paying for the stock. Yeah. They're paying to borrow it. They're paying to borrow it, to sell it, because they know that idiots like you are liable to buy it. Reach out to Donahue and see if he wants to be interviewed. Invite him on your channel and see if he's dumb enough to accept. I mean, honestly, I probably have better luck getting Phil Donahue, to be honest, but, Jesus Christ. I mean, what the fuck, man? The dog, Old Yeller. Oh, Jesus.
Why would they do that? Desperation. Desperation, desperation, desperation. They have nowhere to turn. I don't know where they found these shares, but somebody dug into the rabbit hole, found 300,000 shares rather, and told these bad actors, if you want these 300,000 shares, it's gonna cost you 102%, and somebody decided to pay it. That tells you how desperate they are. That tells you how close we are to the MOAS, and this is just my opinion. Don't buy, sell, or hold.
I mean, why now though? You've had higher costs to borrow before. That didn't bring about a short squeeze. How does it tell you how close you are now? So every time the cost to borrow goes into triple digits, that tells you how close we are, and then we get farther away, and then we get closer, and then we get farther away. That makes no sense. None of it does.
Any stocks based on anything I say in these videos, but they are on the fence. I believe the MOAS is on the horizon, and I believe because of everything else that's going on in the market, everybody holding AMC, APE, GME, and other mem stocks on a great position financially. And let's look at this. The cost to borrow max, 353%.
Fuck.
353%. I mean, even with the Fed and Powell raising interest rates, 353% is absolutely outrageous. And the cost to borrow average is 142.9%. But
Oh
the
my
fact that
God.
the max is 353% says that someone who is supposed to be smart money is paying 353% to borrow AMC shares.
I would love to see a confrontation, a physical or verbal confrontation between this clown and like, I don't know, even like a you know, a hedge fund manager who's like in their 20s even, or like somebody who works on Wall Street, who's young and like, a young professional. Like, I don't even know how that would go, but it would be interesting. I mean, because it's so absurd. Like, and then you'd have like, fuck, confrontation between this clown and like, I don't know, somebody, a college finance student or something, or just like a profitable retail investor, trader, you know, like, because everything that he's focusing on is meaningless. Everything. Everything he's focusing on is absolutely meaningless. And yes, boom, here it is. Why would Donahue hold a stock that has lost 90% of its value? Desperation. Okay? Desperation. They cover. They cover. Donahue's too fat. He would fuck around and have an asthma attack. Something like that. Yeah. Cost to borrow is around 60. Those eyeballs are crazy. Oh, yeah. And he's got the best. Oh, he's got the best faces. The best. Oh, more fiber.
What does that tell you? That tells you they're desperate. That tells you more assets on the horizon. And that
No,
tells
I
you
mean, seriously, you're holding a stock that's lost 90% of its value, even if we just say, conservatively 70%, because not everybody was in then or whatever. 70 to 90%. Okay. Why are you still holding on to it? Like it's the only thing that you could possibly ever buy and hold on to. That seems pretty goddamn desperate. Hey, guess what? You lost. Okay. You lost. You thought you could fuck around and beat Wall Street. Okay. Guess what, buddy? You can't. You didn't. You lost. I mean, Manny, you know, this is not directed towards you, but Donahue George, Donnie, you live in fucking Florida, dude. How are you gonna beat fucking Wall Street? Like, I'm sorry, you're in Florida, okay? I'm in Ohio. I would never get the fucking harebrained idea that, hey, I'm gonna coordinate some shit and we're gonna beat Wall Street. I don't care where you are. I don't care where you are. That's not the game. That's not what the fuck you do. Like, and when you do, what's that phrase? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And, you know, the stupid prize in this case is a big old bag of losses.
that soon we'll get our attendees. There'll be a generational transfer of wealth.
Ugh, yeah.
And hopefully the bad actors will be held accountable for everything
Bad
they've
actors
been doing
like
over
Tony.
the past 2 years. Anyway, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff. I appreciate y'all on this journey with me. God bless.
Journey to poverty. Donnie's journey to poverty. He looks like he, does okay. I mean, gauging by, the way he dresses, and he's always wearing a nice press shirt. I notice these things. I mean, it's going to be a downgrade. 65.3 on Stonko Tracker, but this is according to Interactive Brokers only. We could go over to Reddit and see what the Vortex guy has posted, but that's going to be as of market close. Genesis collapse. Oh, Genesis, yeah. Genesis, yes. Cannot make this shit up. Representative Maxine Waters schedule hearing to investigate the FTX scandal next month. Oh, because she has her picture taken with the guy, and he turned out to be a fraud. You can't make this stuff up. Charles Payne, what a disgrace. That guy belongs in jail. Like, why is Unusual Whales tweeting things that include truly incredible? Like, if you're trying to be a news source, don't fucking tell me what's credible and what's incredible, okay? Like, are you a news source or are you a fucking retard and retail investor on Twitter? Seriously, cut out the fucking subjective statements. What an idiot. Vox. Oh, and I wish I had the recording of the space call with Mark Cahotis from last year. I think Lynn was around for that. I mean, I know she was. I don't know if she heard it. We heard Unusual Whales ask questions to Mark Cahotis in this space call. Oh my God, he is an idiot. Like, yeah, it was bad. I wish I had the recording. I don't. Vox Media asks if the crypto regulations Sam was advocating for were just for PR. Sam answers, quote, yeah, just PR, fuck your regulators. They make everything worse. They don't protect customers. I mean, that's what yeah, why is that such a surprise? So, yeah, of course he said that. Who cares? Truly incredible. Oh, I can't believe a scammer would say something like that. Unusual Whales is worse than SBF in my book because nobody has figured out yet that this fucking guy is a scammer. Okay. But I'm looking for Ortex guy. Here it is. Yeah, I know I'm a loose cannon. I am. Cost to borrow. Ooh, 30. Here it's 58. So it's either 58 or 30 or 65. Take an average at 60. Does anyone know what happens to the money when you lose it in the stock market? I always wondered where it goes. That's a good question, actually. Um, let's see if I can find somebody asking that. Hmm. Um, you know, I swear, I swear to God, I've seen that question before. Hmm. Oh, did he delete it? Did he delete it really? Did he really delete it? Do I have the right thing? Uh, he deleted it. Look at that. He deleted it because you called him out on it. Bad back. You called him out on it. You threw it in his face. Oh, and one of his stupid ass fucking tweets like, yeah, I think I actually did a pretty good job on this DD here. Yeah. Yeah. From a guy who 3 years ago asked, hey, where do the losses go when you lose money in the stock market, bro? I mean, I'm pretty sure you did. Uh, that's awesome. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. It's just it's so ridiculous. Um, so let's get a little meltdown in here. Remember what you fight for? Mm, it's not a question anymore. It's DD. It's also completely stupid, baseless, and on for some reason. Oh, okay. I'm a hardcore shill and I struggle to keep up with these apes. I have no idea what tokenized shares are. And at this point, I'm too afraid to ask. It's probably better. PhD explaining his personal finances. How about this? Fuck. I did not keep. Oh, there it is. Fuck. How did I miss that? Oh, it was in a comment. No, it wasn't a comment. How in the fuck? Why didn't I find it? Anyway, where does money go when it is lost in the stock market? Submitted 3 years ago by Cold Steel Bob, also known as Casey Shaw. Oh, I didn't have the underscore. Yeah, didn't have the underscore. The wrong username. Where does money go when it is lost in the stock market? Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Thank you. There it is. So 3 years ago, can we see the actual time date when it was actually? I hate the way it just says 3 years ago, but submitted on March 13th, 2019. Okay. So this was March 2019. 2 years later was the AMC, whatever, GameStop, whatever. And he was involved in that, I think. So now he tells his followers he's been in the market since the early 2000s. He tells people he has vast trading experience. Yet, 3 years ago, where does money go when it's lost in the stock market? I mean, I could under I mentioned sixth graders, fifth graders, sixth graders a couple times in this stream. I'll mention them again. I could understand a fifth grader asking this question, right? Well, let's say that you buy these stocks, and then the price goes down. Where does that money go? I could understand that. I could understand that. But for somebody who's been trading since the 2000s and has vast experience and all that, uh, you know, I, I don't really get it. But see, and then like, and see, this is also, yeah, the comments on the thread and how he responds. See, this is the example. This is the problem with people like this. You know, and I don't use these terms lightly, but narcissists, this is very common. You know, they don't want to take an answer. They want to argue, they want to press it. They don't want to sit there and say, "You know what? Oh, okay, yeah, let me think about that. Let me work that out in my head." No, they're like, "Well, wouldn't this benefit a corporation to devalue their stock because then they get to keep the investors' money that the stock is no longer worth?" Like that doesn't even make any sense. What? Yeah, companies are going to purposefully fucking devalue their own stock because then they get to keep the money that investors lose. Like, what the fuck? Now, I would not expect a fifth grader to say something like that. Are you kidding me? Like, what a clown. This guy's a fucking clown. Holy fucking hell. Oh my God. Like, that is retarded. That's fucking retarded. What? What? Oh my God. Oh, and this is the relevant one now for him, and it's gone. Your money is gone. Boom, it's gone. In the blink of an eye, it's gone. You thought you were going to be rich. Now you and the wife are living with mom. Yeah. Oh my God. If anybody else wants to, I mean, like this is what we have to do. I mean, anymore, this is what we have to do. Like it has to get a little bit personal, I think. And it's not personal at all. I don't care. I don't give a fuck who these people are. They're not even real to me. I mean, they're not even real. They're caricatures of grifters, really. But like if you put some stupid shit on the internet and it's still there 3 years later, and you're also pretending to be an expert in a field that 3 years ago you didn't know the basics about, yeah, I'm gonna fucking harp on that. Yeah, I'm gonna harp on that. You don't like it? Take the fucking question down. But I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? Where does it go? Ken's pocket. I like that. Ken's pocket. Also a valid answer. Wouldn't expect a fifth grader to get that one, but valid answer. Yes. PhD explaining his personal finance. I want to keep this short. I have nowhere else to turn. My mom is piss poor. Dad is deceased. Friends can't help. Oh, this is so apish already. This is the only community I'm deeply involved with. Oh, bad back. There you go. The only community I'm involved with. Loner. Can we say loner? But today I got a letter from Chase telling me that they are going to sue me for the $10,000 credit card debt I defaulted on a while back. Been working overtime for 8 months straight, and I'm still struggling to pay my bills. Barely enough time to do anything. I've been getting panic attacks daily as it is, and I have no idea what I'm going to do about this. I really don't like asking for help, but unfortunately, I don't know what else to do. My mental health can't take this shit for another year. And even if I liquidated all my GME, I'd still be in the hole about 7 grand with Chase and another 29 with other creditors. I just don't know what else to do. Where's that super soaker? Quote unquote super soaker. Edit, I should add, I'm in a debt consolidation. Oh, fuck. And my debt includes a $20,000 personal loan. I greatly appreciate all the help you guys have given me. I thought I was screwed. Now I'm a bit relieved that I can just ignore them and save all that money I'm paying them. Fuck you, Chase. Wow, it went from my mental health is fucked up and I can't take this. I I can't take this anymore. Went from that to, oh, thanks guys. I thought I was screwed. Now I'm relieved that I can just ignore them. What? Oh my God. Now I don't yeah, I don't think a fifth grader would say this. Oh my God. Yeah, it's called fucking bankruptcy. It's called, I mean, shit. I wrote letters to my creditors in the snail mail. I composed letters. I negotiated with them through the mail and paid it off. Like that's what you do. Yeah. Hey, I can't pay this. I'm willing to write you a check for this today or whatever. Got form letters, customize it, whatever. Yeah, you fucking take care of it. I worked for, a year and a half, saved up everything from the second job I had and paid off like 12 grand in debt. Like, yeah, you do it. The fuck? You don't whine about it I mean, I don't know, whatever. I'm preaching to the choir. Those are the great minds that are coming up with theories like suck, squeeze, bang, blow, right? Like a four-stroke engine. Um, I don't even think you need five. I think you can do two strokes. You can go two strokes. You can run a two-stroke engine on this, and it's literally what you have to do is make a fist, make make like a zero, make this a zero shape, like put your thumb, uh, the tip of your thumb on the tip of your middle finger, so that you can see it looks like an O, a zero, and hold that so you're looking at like the palm of your hand. So you have palm of your hand facing up, like kind of like you're gripping um, a dick. And the two motions are up and down, up and down, and down. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Anybody ever see Silicon Valley? How many dicks can you jerk off? And of course, my connection decides to go to shit. Okay, no. Yeah, we're not going to bring sixth graders into that conversation. Um, but but Silicon Valley, fuck, what did they call it? Uh, yeah, right. They called it middle out. Oh my God. I know there's some Silicon Valley viewers in here. Man, okay. In this example, they're talking about a compression algorithm, uh, but it's pretty goddamn genius. It's probably the best dick joke. I'm not gonna play it because I will get murdered, and the sixth graders will tell on me. I'll be in big trouble, like the hedgies. These hedgies are in big trouble. Bad actors. Wow. So apparently, the Australian Stock Exchange. Oh hell yeah, another HBO gem. I didn't finish watching the series. Kind of started getting weird or whatever, and then I just wasn't watching a lot of TV, so I don't know how it ended. But man, those first couple, 2, 3 seasons were great. Were really good. Uh, so they were going to in Australia. They were going to adopt a blockchain project that would have replaced the aging settlement and clearing system. Um, but then now they're scrapping it, writing off like $250 million that they've already spent on it for the last 7 years. So yeah, that's good. Blockchain. You thought it was the answer to everything, and it's not. Blockchain. Uh, it's about as useful as a movie that watches itself. I don't know. I'm just regurgitating at this point. Who else is loving this little dipperino? Oh my God, these people are so fucking cringe. Repeat this over and over as you rock yourself to sleep. Been buying once a week, every week since August, and absolutely loving the dips on this thing. Just gets more and more affordable, so I can continue to accumulate. Must be near on 13 red weeks in a row. Just amazing. What a bargain. Yummy cheapies. Oh my God. Can't wait to lock up my shares to keep them safe away from the hedgies. I'm going to buy so much Bed Bath & Beyond if this goes to 50 cents. Love all my fellow Bobbies. P.S. Charts are for suckers. Oh my God. Like this, I don't even I don't even know if that's real. Is that can't be real. There's no way that's real. Let's cut the FUD. A share that can be sold is a share that can be DRS'd. The shares are finite. There are 300 million. They will run out. No new rules or tokens can change that. Don't run out. Um, recovering from bed bugs. This looks like a quick solution to the couch I threw away. Might pick up too. Jesus Christ. Recovering from bed bugs. Oh, damn. My God. Oh, well, I guess that's all we get. Recovering from bed bugs. I wonder if they got bed bugs from AMC. Is if the short hedge fund can steal teachers' pensions, can you also steal teachers' future salaries? Oh my God. So I usually make meme for this group, but because I don't have any wrinkles, but maybe this is related. Maybe someone else can look into it. I remember reading about the short hedge funds gambling away teachers' pension, but can they also gamble away their future salaries? Like, what is stopping them, right? Recently, I went and visit my high school teachers, and they were telling me that some of them haven't been paid all year. The school district owes them all money, ranging from 1K to 50 max, and they aren't getting any answers from people above. They are left in the dark. Maybe their future salaries were gambled away, and now time have caught up to them. Maybe this is nothing, but want to say something in case it isn't nothing. Well, and on that note, here, have some Afro Man. It's like the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme, but for dumb apes. I don't know. Fuck.
And you need to quit. Baby, you full of shit.
Tokenized stocks or anything on the blockchain cannot be used in place of a stock, option, bond, anything that's traded on a traditional finance exchange. They're incompatible. You can't use it. Not the same, will not suffice. If you think that'll work, if you really believe, this is my challenge for the apes, okay? If you really believe in this tokenized stock disaster that's being promoted all around social media, I can only imagine what they're talking about in space calls tonight. If you really believe that, then go to the bank with a stack of monopoly money and say that you want to deposit in your account and see what happens. That's about as far as you'll get on this other thing because it's just it's a non-starter. It's a non. It's just not. It's just it's a nothing burger. Okay. Obviously, I'm having connection problems because see, um, oh yeah, I know that you're really an eighth grader, so so it's all good. Yeah. I think I'm having connection problems though because I don't know why. I'm having connection problems because it's me. Anyway, if I could get just a few more kilobits per second here to do a proper goodbye, that would be great. Okay, would be great. Oh, come on. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. Started on Atari. Well, I didn't have an Atari, but it's funny because most of the I feel like I should probably type this in too because I don't know if I'm getting out right now, but I feel like most of the people who end up hanging out here this channel are around 40 plus, which makes sense because that's my age group. Um, because yeah, I mean, yeah, there are some obviously some baby boomers and beyond who have bought into this nonsense. I don't know how many, but I I I have to think that like, okay, if you grew up in the 80s, if you grew up in the 70s or 80s, you've seen a lot of shit. You've been through a lot of shit. You know, you are not hopefully as retarded as a lot of these 19 to 24-year olds are that like the Trey Collins and whatever. So I mean that's what I always thought, like, because I can look at the statistics of the viewers and stuff if people have indicated their age on their Google account or whatever. So yeah, I mean it tends to skew a little bit older, which I'm fine with, you know. Um, yeah. And I've also indicated that this channel is not family friendly, so I would hope that no sixth graders have made their way here. Jesus Christ. I'm not responsible for any malfeasance by any grade school students or anything like that, with respect to hand motions or uh, you know middle out compression algorithms, anything like that. So anyway, oh, good. I got some kilobits per second. All right, here you go. Again, this, whatever. You know what? Fuck it. All right. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna do the whole fucking song. You gotta love an album. It's called Happily Divorced. You know, and like I personally never knew any other songs by Afro Man except because I got high, which was popular, like when I was in school or whatever. And I was looking for a song to use in this channel last year. I just ended up searching for Full of Shit because they were so full of shit, And I was like, oh, this is perfect.
I met you at my show, yelling and screaming on the front row. Jumped on stage, knocked me down, you made me horny. I drug you around.
Look at that. Oh, man.
You was texting on yourself. You jumped out the van before I
Woo!
hopped in the car with your girl and went Zoom. You danced with girls like a fruit.
Oh, God.
Last week, another girl. It's hard to find. What's her name? She changed her mind. So many people coming through. I can't get time alone with you. At least I had privacy, single and pole. With you, I can't even jack off.
Jack off no more.
And you need to quit. Baby, you full of shit. And you need to quit.
That's freaking me out.
You got a real bad temper. I got another woman that wants me to pimp her. Out of sight, out of mind, sipping wine.
No, it's funny because I actually
You're too controlling. My chin is something you shouldn't be holding.
I had an oh, it's been kicked. Oh, it's been kicked, Model 3 dude. Oh yeah. I wasn't sure if my connection was good, so I just, there it is. But I had an original NES in 1985. And I'm trying to remember. I mean, I know the computer was an IBM PC AT.
You don't trust me, I don't trust you. Now what the fuck we supposed to
Oh, it's our I've already, it's all good, Model 3 dude.
I'd rather live alone than listen to you.
Because what happened was I wasn't sure, like, I had a red light, which means no connection. So I just went ahead and played the thing, that way. Then I reconnected. So, but let's see here. and I actually used to have. I can't believe that I got rid of it. I had my. It wasn't an IBM. It was a clone. But you know. Anyway. And then I had a 286. You remember? Oh, I know Model 3 dude. I know that he probably used a 286 back in the day, huh? So yeah, 286, 16 megahertz. So I was always a PC guy. Like I had a Nintendo, but I didn't have an Atari or anything like that. So I've been on PC since 86 or 87. So made a couple bad decisions. Ended up with Mac a couple times, but yeah. So anyway, anybody who has an Atari, I'm not worried about. You can handle the language, but yeah. Anyway, I hope I got the point across. It doesn't. I mean, it's not going to make any difference, but at least we can say, hey, we talked about this on this date on months ago. We were saying months ago you can't use these fucking tokenized stocks for anything. They're not real. They're not compatible with the equities market. It's bullshit. So shame on whoever's pushing these narratives. And here's hoping that some of them get banned on YouTube. We are so close. We are so close. Brother, please change your tone. You act like you are very happy. The more they short, the more money we're going to get. That should be our attitude. I don't complain. I actually want them to prolong this and short another 20 billion. To me, it's no big deal. I don't look at the number every second. I don't care. I am very happy. This takes forever. The more money I will get at the end. In the meantime, I will keep working. I keep making money on other plays. Have a comma or two. All right. Have a good night, guys. Catch you later. See ya. Good night. Peace.